So then, fellow traders, it's the morning of first Friday of the month, non-farm payroll report, following the widely reported news of the Syrian missile launch, start of World War III, blah, blah, etc. If you see the overhyped news. And what did the markets do? Well, they yawned. S&P remains inside of its no volume, no liquidity, no direction, sideways chop, algo-driven HFT comatose dead self. There was one trade signal today, exactly one, in the CM mode that we use, and that was long from the 23.52 53 area to a high near the 56 area, and I happened to wrest 3 index points out of that. Took it off just 2 ticks off the high, and then they chopped them back down, and all they've done is chop, and there's been nothing since. And then you can see that here on the 5-minute chart. There was a minuscule opening range, and then they banged the 233 to fulfill that 90+% daily probability stat, because how many times have we said this? The CM roadmap process is the intraday profile of all financial markets. These are statistical probabilities after years and years of the same repeated mathematical behavior. You know, it's ironclad. Anyone who hasn't figured that out by now just hasn't done the study. And then they chopped them back inside the open range, and they held the bottom, and then they came back to the top, and now they're chopping their way upwards. And it's past noon sometimes, about 12:30 Eastern. And that's the day. You know, that's it. One trade, one signal, take it or leave it, hit or miss, and done. Now, there are other markets that traders attempt to trade, such as crude oil, such as gold, such as other things. And once upon a time, the theory of, well, I need something with more volatility, more juice, more beta, more oomph, more bang for the proverbial buck, that type of thing, actually made a difference. But now, markets are so illiquid and so dominated by HFT algos, there's no money to be made there. You know, nobody is making money trading crude oil. Nobody is making money trading gold on a consistent basis. They just aren't. You know, and of course, it's natural for people like, well, somebody must be. Somewhere out there, there's somebody who's consistently killing it in those. And the truth is, no, they're not. They really aren't. That's why there's no liquidity there, because they're all gone, and it's just the algos, and that's why there's such extreme chop. But, and I'm not saying the S&P is immune to that, but there's enough liquidity there that allows traders to actually fill a trade on an entry and hold a stop and then exit before the market comes back the other direction, whichever way that is, without the wild spikes and slams and bangs and, all of that type of thing. So part of it is the methodology. Ours has it dialed. Obviously, we have, what it takes to succeed for anybody. It's very simple. The process that we're trading, that I'm teaching, incredibly simple for someone to grasp. Then all it takes is just, days, weeks, months of application to make that, to solidify that in your mind. Really, the mechanical part is simple. The belief part is what takes time for each person to develop themselves. You can't teach someone a belief system. They have to learn it themselves. But that's the moral of the story. Now, this is also why this extremely low volatility, sideways market, so on and so forth. It's also why the whole prior genre of a trading room, where people would log into a software room of whatever case and hang out, and there would be signals giving and run live charts and talk about the markets. And I used to do that. I did that for years. But that genre is dead and gone, because why? Who is going to pay to plug into a live room, pay the software or the connection, and most importantly, sit there and wait and watch for something to happen? And the market, whatever it is, only issues 1 or 2 signals a day. No one's going to do that. However, the good news is modern technology allows all of us to stay connected while we multitask. And in today's world, really the way to stay connected and communicate about markets and things like that is through texting or private messages. Something that uses 21st century cutting edge technology to stay connected with the devices that we all have while we go about our daily business. And so that's the additional feature that we are adding here at Coiled Markets to the intensified training program, okay, to CM Interactive, is going to be the addition of trade signals just like these, exactly what I see and exactly what I have, sent through a text distribution to registered members. So in other words, if you're part of the CM Interactive program, not only will you have the ability to go back and forth with me and others on the members only site, talking about daily happenings with charts and so on and so forth, but you will get from me text messages signaling when there's a trade entry pending, where it is and how I'm going to handle it. In other words, I'm going to transmit my trade entry plans and my trade exit plans, such as afterwards, by text to whomever. Now, this is it's not meant to be a signal service. There's no free trial, and I'm not going to send out X number of signals just so somebody can see how accurate they are. And so we're not doing that nonsense. That's also in the past too. That's a dead genre. What I'm doing is supplying the information and the education of, here's an entry point. This is how I'm handling it. You're free to follow along if you want to. I mean, that's something you can do if you choose, and you can manage your trades however you see fit. You can take them off in the same manner that I, project to, or you can leave them longer, or you can take them off sooner, if indeed you follow along at all. But whatever you've seen here through these video series lately, just go back however many, 5, 10, 20 videos. There's your free trial. This is what we're going to be doing. If you would have liked today's sequence, text to you saying I'm getting long in the 23.53 zone area and I'm looking for 2+ points. It just happened to be 3, on 3 points here, but if you would have taken it off at 2.5 or 3.25 or whatever, that'd be just as good, wouldn't it? So that's the moral of the story. Today's markets, sideways and sleepy. Tomorrow's markets, sideways and sleepy. Next month, perhaps the rest of this year, sideways and sleepy. I mean, who knows? Of course, there are going to be periods of high volatility. We're going to see days or weeks where the markets temporarily freak out and make huge moves and so on and so forth, and then they're going to go right back into this consolidation type pattern for weeks and months. If you can handle this, then you have a career in trading. If you cannot handle this, better empty your account now before somebody else empties it on your behalf. And that's really where we're at. So look forward to more details on the CM Interactive program, including the feature of daily signals sent and trade instructions as per how I'm going to handle mine via text. Hope this helps. Looking forward to visiting with you this weekend, and as always, best trading wishes.